Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Haggett Hill. Today, I'm actually up on the hill, or the farm I like to call it. This is my dad's place, my home place where I grew up. What we're going to do today, Dad and I are going to try to plant a little food plot down in this area. Haven't had a food plot here in many years. Been too busy with work and everything. Now that I'm retired, we're going to give it a whirl. The missus and I have been gone all week for a little anniversary trip, and while we were gone, it rained, I don't know, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, so we finally got some moisture in the ground. It'll be a good time to plant it. So the food plot's going to go in this area right back in here, but before I get started on that, got to get my chainsaw, and I'm going to cut down these little sycamore saplings and get them ready to throw up on the brush pile with the tractor here in a little bit. So watch along as we work on this little project today. Food plot's going to go in this area right here. So just this side of this brush pile out in here over towards this walnut tree. It'll all stay this side of that. Of course, there's my shooting house over there. When we get the food plot established and start growing, I'm going to come back and I'm going to clean up around a lot of these other trees. All up in through here around those pine trees and up in there. Over here where you can see. Way up in there, I've got some more trees that I need to clear out. Some of those are big walnuts and little walnuts. I'm going to leave them, but I'm going to cut down all the other scrubby brush around them. Well, folks, that worked out pretty good. This used to be an old field years ago before my parents bought the place, and I was up at the end of this holler. There's a bunch of big rock piles, so the farmers that originally cleared it carried those rocks up there with wagons. This is about the only place on the farm there's no rocks. That old tiller behind that tractor, it's probably 60 plus years old, hadn't been used in a long time, but did a really good job.
Here's a picture of that old tiller. It's actually made in England. I did some research on it, and Howard was the original inventor of the rotary tiller type implements back in 1912, and they were in business up until the early 80s. I've done some research online, and restored versions of this tiller right now are selling for about $5,000. It was described as the Cadillac of tillers in its day.
So I'm going to run up by the house in a little garden spot. I'm going to till up a couple rows and throw out some seed there for my dad. He wants to be able to look out the window and see the deer. I ran off from the house this morning and left my crank seeder. So I'm going to have to broadcast this by hand. So we'll do that in just a minute. After I get it tilled up by the house, I'll come back down here. I've got to get an old harrow out of the woods. Actually, I got to cut a walnut tree out of the middle of it. It's been sitting there a long time. I'm going to drag this and smooth it out after we get it seeded. Well, here's the seed that I'm going to use. It's from the Vitalize Seed Company. I'm not sponsored by this company, but they did send it to me free. They actually had a contest on Facebook where you could sign up to win a free food plot seed package. So I signed up for it and I won. They sent me 2 25-pound bags of seed, a bag of fertilizer. They also sent me a gallon jug of concentrated liquid fertilizer, but I'm going to save that and use to put on my garden. I'm only going to use 1 bag of seed on this food plot. We haven't had much rain this fall. We finally got some the last few days, so I'm going to plant 1 25-pound sack. Let me give you a close-up of what this has in it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got winter rye, sunburst wheat, some peas, Kentucky clover, radishes, oats, turnips, more clover, buckwheat, chicory, different types of clover, turnips, couple different types of turnips. Got all kinds of stuff in it. So we're going to give it a whirl and see what happens.
Sorry, I forgot to turn on my external microphone, but here I'm describing why you don't leave your farm implements parked too long. Look at this walnut tree that's grown up into this thing. So we're going to get it cut out and see if we can't make this thing work.
Well, let's see if we can get this old harrow hooked up to the TYM 474. It's a nice blend of new equipment and something that's probably at least 60, 70 years old. I wouldn't have any earthly idea how old this is. We probably used it some when I was a kid. I asked my dad a while ago when the last time he used it was. He couldn't even remember. It's been a while. Well, they say if it don't fit, get a bigger hammer. All right. Well, we got her hooked up. Let's take it down to the food plot and drag it around. Well, there you are, folks. A perfect blend of using some new modern equipment to the 50, 60, 70-year-old stuff we were using earlier. No telling how old that harrow or cultivator, whatever you want to call it, is. I will say, the faster you went, the better it did. But before I use it again, I'm going to have to do some maintenance on it, get all those tines where they could spin. And of course, this is the first time this ground has been tilled up in probably 40 years or more. And got a lot of roots in it. If all the roots were out of it, it probably wouldn't have got bound up near as much. But hey, it worked out pretty good. I'm not complaining about it. So we got this food plot planted. Got a little small one up by Dad's house so he can watch the deer whenever they come in to feed up there. But hey, pretty fun day. And hopefully we'll get some rain now. We got some rain this past week. It had been dry all through the month of August and most of the month of September. So we got about 1.5 inches of rain earlier in the week. This is Saturday. We got it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here. I do appreciate you stopping by Haggett Hill and watching as we did this project here. You don't see me up at the farm actually working too awful much. Been trying to get a lot of things done around the home place. But we'll be up here doing more projects in the future. I'm going to bring the mini skid up here. Going to clear out some trails for Dad so he can ride his side by side through the trails. You'll probably see more videos featuring the TYM 474. It's been a real asset to the place. Dad really enjoys getting out on it. We bought it. It had about 98 hours or so on it. It's got about 108. So he's been getting out and using it to bush hog and different things like that. But I sure do appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us here on Haggett Hill. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I like to read them all. I like to answer each and every one. We'll get some more outdoor content coming soon. And as always, God bless to you and your family.